Are you still in denial on Kurama's death and are trying to look up ways in which our favorite fox could come back? Well, you are in the right video, my friend, because here we will discuss the different ways Kurama could come back and debunk some theories along the way. Stay tuned till the end of the video to hear all the theories so you yourself can determine which one is the most possible. Starting off with theory number 1, tail beasts don't die, they just spawn in the middle of nowhere. For this one, we're gonna have to go way back to when Kakashi had bangs. Kakashi accidentally killed Rin, the holder of the three tails, and the three tails temporarily died alongside Rin. Why temporarily? Well, that's because the tail beast's chakra, it's ginormous amount of energy, so it cannot die. So our three tails essence got scattered throughout the world, and once it collected enough of itself, it came back to its physical form in the middle of nowhere. It did not have any memories of its previous Jinchuriki Rin either. How does this tie to Naruto and Kurama and spawning in the middle of nowhere in nature? Well, Kurama is not going to appear in nature in several years like our three-tailed beast. Due to Kurama's chakra literally getting consumed through Baryon mode, it did not get scattered and restart like its younger brother, the three tails. So we're debunking how Kurama will appear several years from now. Next theory, we have Kurama's soul always being with Naruto. Back in the Great Ninja War, we learned that there's a biological element that is connected to the soul. So when they brought back people from the dead, they needed biological cells of that individual in order to bring them back. That's why Jiraiya doesn't come back, since he was so deep in the ocean for his cells to be retrieved. So now with that information that there's a little connection to one's biological self and soul, we're gonna go way back to when Naruto was in the womb. Naruto's mom had Kurama, the nine tails, sealed inside her the whole time while being pregnant with Naruto. Hence as to why Naruto has whiskers. Minato and Kushina, Naruto's parents, did not have those whiskers, which proves as to how Kurama is a third factor in Naruto's birth. So Kurama's biological self is part of Naruto, therefore Kurama's soul will always be connected to its biological self, being Naruto. Which leads to the next point. In the last fight between Naruto and Sasuke, Kurama lent his remaining strength to Naruto and Kurama went unconscious after that. What if he was unconscious again without realizing, and instead of spawning in nature with no memories, he comes back to unconscious in his body, quote unquote, his body being Naruto. Next theory, Edo Tensei. We see this forbidden technique in the Great Ninja War, which brought back a lot of these OP characters and even Naruto's dad. The fallback with this is that you need a proper host, and Kurama is a tailed beast, so that host is going to be near impossible to find. Also, they're like zombie-like characters, and they're not technically fully revived, although they are. It's really weird and tricky, but Edo Tensei is out of the question due to it needing a proper host and Kurama being a tailed beast. Our next method for Kurama to be brought back to life is through this technique called Rin Tensei, and we see this ability when Pain used it on reviving everyone on the Hidden Leaf Village, and Sasuke does have a Rinnegan. Therefore, it would be an ease and a breeze for Sasuke to revive Kurama. But if you're caught up to the current chapters, our dummy loses his Rinnegan. Alright, so this last one's gonna be a pretty far-fetched one, but if y'all remember correctly, in the first episode of Boruto, we learned that Kawaki sends Naruto to a different dimension, and in order for Naruto not to die at this dimension, there has to be no Naruto in that dimension. So in that dimension, technically Kurama could be roaming around without a Naruto till he meets our Hokage Naruto, use that no-talk jutsu, and get Kurama from a different dimension. The fallback with this is that it isn't our Kurama, and it isn't the Kurama Naruto grew up with. I doubt the creator would want that, and I'm also pretty doubtful that fans would probably not be happy that it isn't the Kurama we all grew up with, honestly. Alright guys, those were a few methods and theories as to how Kurama could come back to life, and we even debunked some along the way. There are countless of methods and theories out there, especially on Reddit, on how Kurama could come back to life. Also, remember, these are just opinions, and please be respectful. And if you guys have heard some different theories or methods on how Kurama could be revived, please drop a comment down below and let's start a discussion. With that being said, if y'all enjoyed the video or heard something new, please hit that like button. That lets me know you guys enjoyed it or learned something. Now I'm gonna go to bed and cry myself to sleep because our favorite OP fox he's gone.